everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about, and this has been on my heart a lot. This one goes out to the ladies. How to spot an abuser early. Okay, ladies, it could save your life. So I'm just looking, at the media and everything, and watching all these tragic cases of these young women who lost their lives to abusive, boyfriends or husbands, partners, fiancés. And, ladies, the key to protecting yourself from such a kind of relationship is, one key is to spot it early. I find that's the best defense. Once you're in too deep, you can maybe start to make excuses for them, for that person, try to give them the benefit of the doubt because they've shown you a good side to them. So you want to believe that, you want to err with the good side of who they are rather than see the full picture of who they are, the good and the bad. And so spotting an abusive man early is imperative. And now this is not an exhaustive list, okay? Ladies, you will still have to use your intuition and, your past experiences, your knowledge, wisdom, etc. But here's some helpful tips, to avoid an abusive partner. Number one, if this person is, throwing things at the wall to, startle you, to try to intimidate you, or just make you feel scared, that's a red flag, okay? Today, he's throwing things, he might be throwing things at the wall. The next day, that could be your face. So, yeah, watch out for those signs of aggression, ladies, even though it's not directed at you. Like, once somebody makes you feel unsafe in an intimate relationship is over. It's done, finito. All right. No looking back here. And then because that's just another way that an abuser tests the waters. He's testing to see what you will go along with, what you will allow, what he can get away with. He's pushing boundaries right there. So just know this: when somebody does something like that, they could even try to throw small things at you, and then they'll turn around and claim that it's an accident. But really, how often have you accidentally just, like, it's a reflex, you just threw something at somebody, like, by accident? Just, ladies, just know when somebody tells you that and they threw something at you and they're like, "Oh, sorry, it's an accident." Like, that's a lie, like, straight up. So that's a covert way that they will try to, test the boundaries here. Is like they might throw something at you really hard, or pinch you, or trip you, or things that don't seem outright like abuse, but you're like, "Ow, that hurt," or he's very playful with you or something, and like it in an annoying way, and you tell him to stop and he keeps doing it. That's another sign to look out for, because clearly that's another red flag. This is a person who does not accept the word no. So keep that in mind, going forward. I need a person that I'm dealing with or whatever to hear and, be able to ingest the word no. And there have been too many men in my past who did not respect that. So I had to leave them where they were. And that's what you might have to do, ladies. If you encounter somebody who does not accept the word no, that's a dangerous individual. Like, they do not care about your feelings. That means they don't care about your comfort. They don't care about your safety. They care only about themselves. They care only about their own selfish desires. So if you tell them no, and no is not what they want, they're going to keep pushing until they get what they want. So just know this about a person who does not accept the word no. People who push those boundaries, red flag right there. Another red flag to notice is, which I notice, a lot of ladies want to ignore, like when your friends and your family don't like him or that person, that's a red flag. Okay, they obviously see him for who he really is, and for some reason, you're immune, or you turn a blind eye to his habits. But your friends and family are the litmus test, which is usually why abusers, one of the first things they try to do is isolate you from your friends and family, so that your friends have less and family have less influence on you. They can spot a fake, but this person's gonna try to isolate you from them, so that you depend on the abuser, but also so that you, I mean, they don't want you to have that support system. You know, they want to weaken, your alliances so that you rely solely on them. That's a red flag. That's a person who wants to control every aspect of your life, really. And so, I just look in the media and I see these tragic cases of these young women who had their lives ahead of them, you know, such as Gabby Petito, Anna Abulaban. I just, these are tragic, those were tragic stories. Like those ladies, they don't get a second chance, that's it for them. They were here on this earth 20 something years. All right, and now they're in eternity forever. Like it can't be reversed. Like don't let that be you ladies. Like don't take any red flags lightly. Like people, a lot of women tend to see a red flag and they brush it off and like they're like, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal." No, it is a big deal. Okay, ladies, this is so important. Like if you notice a little red flag, it's a big red flag, okay? So this person, when they show you these red flags, they're showing you glimpses of who they really are on a grander scale. But this is just like, they're desensitizing you to what's coming next. They, for example, it's like when you're dealing with like a pest problem or something, you might see one here or there in the beginning initially, right? But then slowly over time, like they start to take over. It's like, oh my gosh, where are these things coming from? It was just one or two, and then all of a sudden, so you gotta nip these things in the bud before it gets out of hand. And so, yeah, ladies, there's several red flags to watch out for. Another trait is, I mean, these are all kind of hand in hand together. You can't really have one without the other, but they are controlling, possessive, and obsessive. So if a guy is obsessed with you, that's a major red flag. Major red flag. Nothing good ever comes from obsession. Okay? There's nothing, I mean, unless it's like a obsession with, self improvement or something like that, but obsession over another person, that's when they become an object to, the individual who is obsessing over them. I gotta have you. No, if I can't have you, no one else can. Those are the types that eventually kill people. So, if an abuser is putting his hands on you and you brush it off and you're like, oh, it was just a slap or something. It was just a shove. What the overall ultimate goal of an abuser is they want to kill the victim. They want to kill, you know, they want to kill the individual. So that is their overall goal, ultimately. So, it doesn't matter if it goes on for a year, 20 years. Eventually, if given the opportunity, they will succumb to their internal rage. And, that's a decision that cannot be undone. So, ladies, I don't know, a lot of women tolerate abuse. And, it's all leading to somewhere. It's just not isolated incidents. And once a person abuses you, you can no longer trust what they say. So if they put hands on you, but then they're turning around saying sorry, it's not sincere. They're just trying to save face. So, ladies, please know this. Like, once a person betrays your trust, you can't trust anything else that they have to say because it's all just lies. And a good liar knows that there's like, they'll mix some of the truth in there. So you'll find that with a lot of lies, there's like a ring of truth to it. But overall, like, just you can't trust a person who betrays you ever again. Like, they get that one chance. Like my favorite YouTuber, Coach Rod, always says, a man has one chance to disrespect you, and that's it. So don't be out here giving these men unlimited chances. Like, I've dealt with, I'm just going to say that, I've dealt with guys in the past before who expected me to give them unlimited chances to just screw up, mess around, and basically act like children with no discipline. And I don't have time for that. I'm not the one. So when I try to instill boundaries, they couldn't handle it. And so when I told them no, they couldn't accept that. So it was like, you have to think that something is truly wrong with an individual like that. Like, at one point I just stopped talking because nothing I said to, I was dealing with a textbook narcissist, in my opinion. So, yeah, but I mean, all the signs were there. I was just like, wow, this person really Like no matter what I say, it's like it doesn't affect them. It just goes in one ear and out the other. I'm like, stop calling me, stop texting me, and he kept doing that. So that was a good sign right there, not to proceed with that relationship and not to give him access to where I live. That was the main thing. One of the best things I think that, saved and protected my life, aside from God himself. But I did not tell that person where I live. And I suggest that you ladies don't tell a man where you live, especially like if you're just getting to know this person. There are too many stories. There's too many Ted Bundy types out there, and they look like normal guys at first. They seem so charming. Okay, that's the key right there. The Bible says charm is deceptive. They're very charming, but that's only a cover up for their hidden agendas. So, ladies, be very careful of charming, overly charming men. It's like anything excessive. That's a narcissist trait. Excessive. They don't do normal. They do extremes. Okay, so a man, back to that earlier point, is a man who's possessive or obsessed with you. It might feel flattering initially, like, oh my gosh, I'm his world. But eventually it's going to start to feel suffocating, like, oh my gosh, doesn't this guy have anything else to do? So apart from me? Like, he's trying to, yeah, a guy who's obsessed with you likely is sitting there ruminating about you. So if there anything triggers him to where he imagines that you're cheating on him, he's gonna snap. He's gonna take that out on you and not ask questions. And there's nothing that you can say to reassure a person like that in that state of mind. All it takes is for them to believe that you were cheating on them or being unfaithful or anything. All it takes is the belief. And since an obsessive person tends to ruminate, that's all it takes. And nothing you can say after they have that belief can convince them that you were being faithful or, you weren't sneaking around behind their back. And some guys, abuse women to prevent them from cheating on them. But I told a guy, like, you can't prevent someone from cheating on you. That's beyond your control. These guys try to control women with abuse and they think that they won't cheat if they can control them. But actually it has like an opposite effect. That kind of strategy will backfire because if you try to control a woman or any individual, they're just going to do what they want behind your back. And actually, if you control someone, you're kind of pushing them to do that. People don't want to be controlled. We all have free will. And this is something that a lot of people, a lot of men and some women too need to grasp. It's like people cannot be controlled. You can only control yourself. And so, don't make someone your world, like to the point where like you're obsessed with them. You can't, like, this is just, people take it way too far. Way too far. And so, I wish that a lot of people would just have the self-respect and dignity to, like, if somebody doesn't want them, why would you keep throwing yourself at them and trying to force them to like you? Like, there's so many people on this world. Like, why would you get fixated on one person who doesn't want you? Either, that's life. Like, life has tons of rejection and then, acceptance too. But it's like, you gotta go through a lot of trials, sometimes a lot of no's to hear one yes. So it's like, why would you get fixated on an individual who doesn't want you? Just keep it pushing, like gain some resilience. I'm just tired of hearing these stories. It's just getting on my, it's annoying me. So yeah, ladies, and even some gentlemen too, I've heard these stories. Just beware of people who are obsessed and possessive. They tend to ruminate and, fantasize about the things they're going to do, if you ever step out of line. So, yeah. All right. About to hit the, 15-minute mark in a little bit. So I guess we'll end it there for now. But, you guys, I hope this video, I'm going to say this. I know this video is helpful. And these are just, things that I've gathered over the years. Just experience and things like that. So, yeah, guys, like and subscribe, and for more content, stay tuned. Be blessed.